Welcome to Griffin's Gaming Guides. In this video I'm going to show you how to acquire the Ford Scattergun long gun, which can be found from the starting location of the Red Throne on Yaesha. Now, acquiring Ford's Scattergun will require a few specific steps, so buckle up. This is a fairly long one to actually get, as you need to go through and take down the world boss, providing you have the Red Throne as your starting area. Obviously on Yaesha we have two options to start. We have the Forbidden Grove, where you're going to then need to take down the Corrupted Ravager, or the Red Throne, where you go through and fight the Corruptor, with a few different rewards depending on how you take it down. However, for this one, it's actually how you talk to the Empress, who you can access by going through these ornate doors. It's all depending on how you approach and deal with the Empress as to whether or not you're going to be able to acquire Ford's Scattergun. And it is incredibly powerful. You want to get this gun. So to start off with, you need to go through and have a chat with the Empress, being polite and courteous. If you want the Royal Broadsword, then you need to get arrested and thrown in the prison. You can find a link for that one down below the like button. However, if you want to get the Ford's Scattergun long gun, you need to be kind and cordial to the Empress throughout the entire conversation and agree with her that the Corruptor needs to die, and then leave the area peacefully. If you initiate combat against any of these guards that are kind of milling around you in the Empress's sanctum, then you won't get the reward. It's as simple as that. Now, what you need to do in order to progress through to the Corruptor world boss, you need to make your way through Yaesha from the Red Throne, like I said. You're then going to be coming to an area called the Widow's Court. From the Widow's Court, which can be accessible from any previous biome, you then need to be able to go through to the Great Bowl, where you're going to be able to take on the Corruptor. You can find a full link for that down below the like button, just in case you get lost along the way. Now, it is very important to note, in the Widow's Court, there's something called an ornate lockbox, which you can find behind an illusionary wall. You don't want anything to do with that ornate lockbox. On this particular run, just leave it alone. If you want Ford Scattergun, you can't touch the ornate lockbox. If you do, then you're going to get a different reward, as once you've taken down the Corruptor and you've been completely kind and courteous to the Empress, you're then going to get something called the Seal of the Empress, which is a ring allowing you through to a new secret area where you can find Ford Scattergun. Now, it might seem as though I'm rambling in the video, however, these are quite important points, as if you try and do everything in one run, you're not going to be able to. Like I said earlier, if you want the Royal Broadsword, that's going to take you one run. If you want to do all the ornate lockbox, that's another run. And obviously, for the purposes of this guide, getting Ford's Scattergun, I strongly recommend that you commit one run to just getting this one done, and don't worry about anything else from the Red Throne starting point, as it can be a very easy one to mess up. And if you piss the Empress off, you're not going to get the Seal of the Empress. It's quite a difficult one to acquire, but providing you leave everything else alone, you just basically go straight to the Corruptor, take it down. Once you've been kind of courteous, cordial, respectful to the Empress herself, you're then going to get the required items. So like I say, you need to go through the Widow's Court, which can be accessed from any biome, into the Great Bowl. Now, the Corruptor itself has a guardian that will always chase you around the arena unless it's disabled. For the purposes of getting this one done, just shoot the guardian in the face. There is a reward you can get for creating a very powerful melee weapon for not taking the guardian down whilst you're killing the Corruptor. You can find a link for that down below as well. However, for the purposes of this one, just kill the Corruptor as quickly as you can. You can then go back to the Red Throne, and again, providing you decide that you're going to kneel to the Empress, you're going to be very respectful to the Empress, you're going to say all the right things to the Empress, which isn't really that difficult, so providing you don't choose the kind of sarcastic or the one with the two swords crossing over, which is normally a way to piss someone off in the game. So providing you don't do any of that sort of stuff, you're then going to get the Seal of the Empress. Once you've got that, you can then leave the Empress's sanctum, go back down towards the World Stone at the start of the Red Throne area, take a right into the kind of library area. The guards will already be friendly towards you, so you pretty much know that you're going to be on the right track anyway. If they attack you when you get back to the Red Throne, you've done something wrong. If they're friendly towards you, you can then go into the room on the right, equip the Seal of the Empress ring, where a section of floor will eventually move out of the way, drop down. There's going to be a chest down there with some nice items, and on the altar there's going to be Ford Scattergun, which is a very, very powerful, heavy hitting shotgun. Now on Yaesha, Ford is kind of revered as scum. The old guy at the start of the game, once you get the Ward 13, he goes into a wild stone and fucks off somewhere. He's revered as just the worst thing ever as you progress through Yaesha and you get talking to some of the NPCs. His scattergun is probably the reason why, as this thing can pretty much one-shot any low-level enemy at level 1. Once you've upgraded this thing, it's an absolute beast. Now, Ford Scattergun won't have any baked-in abilities. It will have one modification and one mutator slot, so fill it up with as much damage-dealing equipment as you can. And once you've done so, with a magazine of 7 and a base damage of 130, you're going to be killing enemies left, right and centre with this thing. But anyway, that's where you can find the Ford Scattergun long gun in Remnant 2. I do hope that the guides helped you out. If it has, please do me a massive favour. Click the like button. It does help us out a great deal. However, whichever you decide to do, you guys take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your week. And we do look forward to seeing you back here at Griffin's Gaming Guides.
Shit.